What's up, guys? How's it going? MikeTheTech here, and today I wanted to do something different. Today I want to kind of introduce myself, tell you a little bit about where I came from, my background, and my plans for this channel. So, before we get started, of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Leslie Media and Todd M. You guys have been channel supporters for so long, and I really appreciate it. If you want to support this channel, click on that join button below to become a member, or click on that thanks button to support directly. So who am I? My name is Mike Rodriguez, also known as MikeTheTech, and I make content. I'm a content creator online. That's, I think, the only real title I can give myself is educator and content creator, maybe. It's very difficult to define exactly what I do because I do a little bit of everything. So when I first started working out of high school, I was a computer technician for school districts, and I fixed computers and network issues and did networking across multiple school sites, sometimes 7 or 8 at a time, and essentially just ran technology at the schools. Um, that was on a user level down to like creating usernames for students, or all the way up to the district level, providing trainings for staff and things like that, and administrators. Moving past that, I ended up becoming a teacher myself. I went to Hartnell College and Berkeley and got my preliminary teaching credential and started teaching for Millennium Charter High School and MCOE, and ended up moving to LSL High School, which was kind of full circle because I ended up teaching at the same high school that I went to. So that was a really nice point in my life. I ended up resigning from teaching. It was during I actually can't say the word or YouTube will demonetize me, but it was during the when everyone wasn't going to school anymore. So it's kind of hard to teach a game design and computer science class if everyone is working at home from Chromebooks and we can't access the programs. And it just wasn't going to be a situation that was going to work very well in my situation. So because we couldn't get the technology, because we couldn't get those kinds of systems, I submitted my resignation and ended up writing instead. And now I'm writing curriculum for a company that sends my game design and coding and programming courses to schools all around the world. So it's kind of grown in that sense, where I started in technology, then I started teaching technology on a local basis, and now I'm teaching technology on a worldwide basis as a writer. Um, and that's kind of where my professional life is. But in terms of my work, I actually have quite a few projects that I have in different stages of release, and I wanted to show them to you here. So these are my game projects. So we have StreamSavers, which is a overlay that for streamers who want to have a little more interactivity with their audience, this puts characters above your screen. So these characters will show up above whatever game you're playing, and the Twitch audience can use chat commands to drop in different enemies named after themselves, or even have like little battle royale modes where they fight each other. And I've gone ahead and licensed over 200 characters. I think the whole number is here, 224 characters so far. And I'm commissioning more as soon as we get funding for it. And it's essentially going to be a gacha style game where you earn coins in the game. Your characters idly wander around. Your audience can interact. It stays on for hours, and they fight enemies, level up. And the more coins you get more. You can purchase more eggs or decorations for your stream, and each egg will spawn a random character within the type of egg it is, and some are more rare than others, so it's kind of a thing to see what kind of enemies you can get, and kind of collect them all almost. And it has some fun game modes otherwise. And right now I'm looking for a programmer. We had 2 programmers that had to leave to other projects, unfortunately, but I'm looking to hire someone to assist with our API integration, so that instead of just working with Twitch, we can have it work with YouTube and Facebook Live as well. Moving past StreamSavers, we have Polygone, which is a third-person shooter, and it's essentially modeled after Call of Duty Zombie Mode. The game itself, I'm going to play this, but I'm going to mute the audio. Good. Is very engine forward, technology forward. It has all real-time lighting, real-time physics. Every object is interactable. Many objects are going to be destructible. And the cool thing about this one is it's all in a Polygon style, so you can have graphics all the way up and get the full experience without having to need super complex hardware. And the dynamic and style of the game itself is a little friendlier to younger audiences as opposed to a realistic style shooter that might not be as kid friendly in terms of visuals. It's still violent in that sense, but it's visually less intensive as people's heads get blown off. But yeah, it's just a fun game that I think a lot of people enjoy. It supports multiplayer up to 4, but I'm hoping 6 players in multiplayer. And we already have a lot of the mechanics built in, such as the weapon box and things like that. So massive world. Each zombie is a different type of character within the world. So as you unlock new areas of the world, such as the hospital, you'll see more doctor zombies and nurse zombies and things like that. If you go towards like the stadium, you might get the guy in the hot dog costume, for example, that gives out concessions. So it's going to be a really fun experience in that sense, and I'm looking forward to putting more time into this one. There's already a single player beta, and you can download that and play it. And if you want to support production before it's released, it's $9.99, and all pre-orders get a Steam key. Just like StreamSavers, it is available now. It's in early access, so it's not complete. I'm taking input on development so that people can give me ideas and keep on growing it. But if you want to try it now, you can buy it for $9.99, and that does unlock the full game throughout the entire development, and it gets you the Steam key. The next game I have as a prototype is called Paragon Smash for now. It's a temporary title, but this is using the idea of the Paragon characters in Unreal Engine, as well as other epic assets such as the new character in the sleigh animation that they have and the UE5 tech demo. We're going to be importing those, since their licenses allow for it, into a Smash style game. So it's all 39 Paragon characters. There are also enemies that we could potentially add in as like, you know, offsets of that character. Each of the characters has like 4 to 6 different outfits, so we can have skins, and all of the areas we can actually recreate from the Paragon game and put into it as levels. I do have a demo of that as well. You can see that we have nice graphics and animations. Let me actually change this. Oh, it's a bummer it only shows the low quality one, but it works just like Smash. I've already added some attacks and animations, and got the 2D camera working. We have items that drop in. We have events like the flood happening, and I'm working on getting more of the Smash style mechanics built into this. I am looking for assistance in getting this working, but I don't have a budget for this yet. I'm going to be applying for potential grants to try and get this one off the ground. If you want to support development, you can do so for $20. And I do have a tech demo of the level of movement, but there is no interactions yet. I do plan to have at least a 2-player fighting system. Even if there's just 2 characters that can fight, I want to make sure that you guys have a playable demo soon. So that's in the works, and I'm hoping to have that out soon. So early supporters get it for $20. Once the playable demos are out, the game will move to 30, and on the final release, the game will be set to 40. And no matter what tier you get it at, you get the full game. Everything's included, and it comes with the Steam key. So that's the good thing about Itch, is I'm allowed to give people Steam keys retroactively. The next game I have is called the Hacker's Toolkit, and this is a set of actual Windows applications. So you can see that this is open in a standard Windows environment. And we have different applications like a decryptor. We have a port scanner, and it looks just like a real port scanner and everything. And you can enter an IP, and it'll show you real dialogues, just like if you were using these real tools. However, all of the applications are connected to a single game file and affect the same game world. So you'll be acting in the role of a hacker, but you're using real applications, in a sense, to complete these actions. So if you get a job that says you need to hack into a certain company's server, then you would get the IP of that server, and then use a port scanner to scan for open ports, maybe use an injector script to inject it, and all of these things are actually done um, in the real application, so it feels like you're doing it in real life. All of the things are interacting with each other, and you get paid in a fake cryptocurrency wallet that acts just like a real one, and it's just going to be a really immersive, fun experience. I'm even considering releasing some of the tools as torrent files, so that as they tell you to acquire tools, you actually have to torrent them yourself, which could involve going to like putting them on the Pirate Bay or something. So it makes it even more immersive in that sense. But yeah, that's going to be a really fun project. It's just going to take a lot of time to put together, and I need to get a storyline built around it. It's essentially the HTK group, which stands for Hackers Toolkit, invites you to participate and be a member of their hacking team, which hacks for good. But beyond that, I don't have very much information on the story yet. This is loosely based on Uplink. It was one of my favorite games as a kid, and I want to recreate that feeling that I had when I played that game, essentially. The next project that I want to showcase is ScreenSaver XP. It is essentially a recreation of the Windows XP wallpaper bliss, but in screensaver format, and it's in full 4K, it's in full 3D, and it has a 24-hour day and night cycle. It runs as a screensaver, and you can change whether you want the day and night cycle to run every hour, every 24 hours, every 10 minutes. All of those settings are adjustable in the game itself, or in the screensaver itself, and I just think it's really cool. I put this at $2 just so it could support me, and I could hopefully try and put a little bit more money towards my other project's development. But if you'd like a copy of this, just message me and I'll hook you up. It's not fully developed or anything. It just has like 3 buttons. Press 1 for the 1-hour day and night cycle, press 5 for the 5-minute day and night cycle, or press escape to close. So it's not like this one particularly took a lot of work. It was just the visuals, putting it together and making it look nice. But it definitely helps support the channel and the development when we can get little sales like that. And then the free 3D dice roller, this one's completely free. It's essentially just a 3D room, and it runs on any Windows device, and you essentially just grab a different die and you drop it on the table, and it rolls it for you and tells you what you got. It tells you, like, for example, this one got a 10, and you can see that it's a D12 and it got 10, and you can pick up all of these and use them for your D&D campaigns, for example. If you don't have dice on you and you still want to play, you can download this, and everyone can watch the rolls and everyone can use the same one, so it's fair. And yeah, it's a truly random roll. And I have barriers to make sure it doesn't fall off the table or anything, and the fire and ambiance and lighting are pretty nice too when you're watching it live. So yeah, that one's absolutely free. So those are my main projects. The other project I have is, of course, my 3D studio, which you guys have probably seen, and that is a studio that I do live events in, and do things like interviews and play games and stuff on my virtual monitors. And oh, look, a PewDiePie ad, perfect. You guys are gonna love my outro if you like this. Let's go ahead and skip this. So this is my 3D studio, and you can see my computer monitor or sometimes game consoles on these monitors. And it's a full 3D studio, so you can actually fly around. I have a drone that I can control with a controller, and I could fly around the studio at any angle and have myself show up in the studio live, just like it's showing there. And have tons of effects that can happen. Like if you subscribe to me while I'm in the studio, it actually drops a submarine onto my desk because it's a sub. So there's lots of fun stuff that you can do in here, and I've been having a blast with it. I've been playing Switch on the big screen, and I've also had some interviews, which have been really fun. But yeah, that's not all I do. I do work as a project manager for a company called Mayu, Avery Lane, and I run a few projects for them. I'm going to have a lot more information on them soon, but not a lot of that is public yet, so that's about it for that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and let me know if you'd like to have more videos like this of me showing you guys kind of who I am and what I do, and maybe showing off more of the development of these projects. Was there a particular project do you think has a lot of potential? Do you have any ideas for ways to push them out to more people? Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you so much for watching. Peace. What? You've never heard of StreamSavers? And you thought PewDiePie was the only YouTuber to make a game? I made a game too, and it's called StreamSavers, and it's available for pre-order right now for $9.99. And that's a great price.